Okay, so if we got to replace the solenoid, we've undone it from the box. Take the bolts out. This is also a 3/8 nut, which we have to take this wire off. And this wire is one of the wires that go up to the switch. Okay, now your new solenoid will come with all the nuts, screws, and lock washers that you need. So you simply just take and pull them off. And then what we're going to do is start replacing our wires. Now the one with the two small eyelets is a switch wire. That goes to the center pin. We put that one on. You can tighten this down right away because we have enough play in the wire that we won't have to worry about it too much. Either use your nut driver or the wrench to tighten the wire. Just snug. Do not over tighten it because you will twist the pin and break the wire inside, and you will be replacing the circuit breaker or the solenoid again. Now, we take a look inside the box here and we see this wire, which has to stay on one side of the unit. And you take a look at this, goes there. This only has one wire to this side. Just the lead that goes to the circuit breaker. Tighten that up, and then you're done for that side. Now on this side of the unit, we have 3 wires that actually go here. So first thing we've got to do is to get this inside the box and mounted. These wires have already been tightened down, so you have to pick up the box and try to locate the hole and to get the bolt through, which may not be easy, but it does go. If need be, take a 1/2-inch wrench and try to push down on the bolt inside the box. Once you see the bolt starting to come through, grab one of your nuts, put it on that bolt so it can't go anywhere. Now on this side, we do is locate the black wire, run the bolt through the black wire, through the body of the solenoid, and then through the box. Once that's done, put the other nut on. It's not necessary to tighten it up just yet. Can leave it loose if we want. So now you have one lone white wire, which goes on to this side. And this other wire that you had laying here, put that on. That's the other wire switch. Wire for this switch. Now you're ready to tighten the outer nuts down so that it holds the solenoid in place. Tighten up this nut so all wires are snug now and we don't have a problem. Fish out the other switch wire, and then we're ready to attach the push button switch back to the box. Okay, now we're going to replace the push button switch. What you want to do is take the top off first so you can get at the nut underneath. Just simply unthread it. The nut, use a small adjustable wrench. Break the holding nut free, and then just turn the whole thing right off. Like so. So, the new one will come in several pieces in a bag. I just happen to have this one sitting together. Consists of the holding nut for the boot, the nut that locks this back into the plate, and the 2 screws for your wires. Okay, we got it this far. Of course, just push this back through the hole. Throw the holding nut on and just turn the whole thing. One thing I want to tell you is to try and get the 2 nuts to line up that way on there so that it does not touch any of the metal parts inside the box. Once you get it there, take your adjustable, snug it up so it doesn't move. That way, we take the boot ring, screw that on first, just snug with your hands is good, and then work the boot back on. And then we're done with that part. Now we turn it over, take the screws out, and replace the wires. Now both these wires have small ends, and it does not matter which side it goes on to the switch. So what you do is you take the one, try to get the screw to go through and get it back into place. Sometimes the wires give you a little bit of a problem, but they'll work out. Standard slot screwdriver. Snug up your 1 wire there. Flip the box if you need to. Put the screw back in that side. Line up with the hole. Tighten it down. Now, before we put the box all back together and tighten it back up, remember, we left that 1 wire loose. Take your nut driver, tighten it back up. And then we're all set. Just fold the wires back into the box, making sure that the button ends up on the outside of the box, away from the opposite side of the bolts. It's a little snug because all the wires. Get your screwdriver, start 1 screw, which sometimes isn't that easy either. One started, go to the opposite corner, get that one started, and then go around, tighten them all up. Once you have them all tightened, you can slide this back onto your reel and take your nuts and tighten it back onto the reel. Simply plug in your power, push the button. If the reel spins, you've done your job correctly. And we hope that this helps you in troubleshooting any problems that you may have with your power reel. Thank you.